the government has a lot of demand from the common Muslim community. And in fact, one senior minister said that there is a lot of pressure from the common Muslim community on the government to bring very soon amendments to the Waqf Act. And this is why the government could bring these amendments to the Waqf Act in this current week of Parliament, maybe on 8th of August after the finance bill has been passed. And the government is citing two very clear reasons to bring these changes to the Waqf Act. Number one, it says that the common Muslims are victims of the existing Waqf Act because the Waqf boards do not have any transparency. They can declare any land as Waqf, and the screening committee which goes to check this land is also under the control of the Waqf board, and it is not a foolproof mechanism by which a land is declared as a Waqf property, thereby making many poor Muslims as the victims of the act. Number two, the government says that when these Muslim victims go to the tribunal under the Waqf board, the tribunal, if it gives an adverse judgment, that is the end of the matter. The complainant is not able to take the matter to an appellate authority, be it the High Court or any other court. That is why the matter ends at the tribunal itself. So the government is bringing two major changes. Number one, the screening committee that will be set up by the government, which will consist of government officials, be it the SDM, the ADM or the district collector, will actually go and verify the property which is proposed to be declared as Waqf property. They will check the title of the land, and only after their green ahead will a property be converted into a Waqf property. Number two, an appellate provision will be given in the new amendments, where if a person goes to the tribunal and the tribunal rules against the person and rules in the favor of the Waqf board, the person can also approach the High Court. Therefore, what the government sources are saying that this is a very progressive law which reforms both the verification process of properties as well as the process where you can appeal against a tribunal judgment of the Waqf board. The opposition from the other side says the Waqf tribunal, also the judge is appointed by the High Court, by the Supreme Court, by the Chief Justice. So what is the problem here? And also the verification is carried out by a screening committee which is presently there under the Waqf Council. But the government is not impressed. Government feels that especially the 2013 amendment under the UPA government completely removed the role of the courts and the government from the functioning of the Waqf Act, which is troubled, in fact, poor Muslims. The Waqf board, they say, has been cornered by some elite Muslims, while the common Muslims are kept out of it. They do not have power, and they also do not get proceeds of the revenue earned from Waqf properties. And that is why we see the All India Sufi Council, in fact, also meeting Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju last night, including the head of the Ajmer Dargah, and essentially backing these amendments to the Waqf Amendment Act because they feel that this will help the cause of poor Muslims, the cause of common Muslims, especially women who have been petitioning the government for changes in the Waqf Act. And that is why we see this urgency on the part of the government to bring the Waqf Amendment Act. And what the sources are now saying, they don't want any more time to be wasted because a lot of time has already elapsed. The consultations with all stakeholders have happened over the last 1 year. Sources very clearly saying that this is not a political move ahead of election. In fact, this process has been going on for a year, and the government, in fact, is being attacked by some common Muslims for delaying this law. So that is why the government is very keen to bring it in this session of Parliament. The government sources even saying that this is not a case for the law to be sent to the standing committee because adequate consultations with all stakeholders have already been done, and the government is very keen to pass the law in the current session of Parliament, introduce it on 8th of August, on Thursday after the finance bill formalities are done, and maybe pass it on 9th August in both houses of Parliament. It would be very interesting if the government gets the support in the Rajya Sabha to pass this bill, because both the BJD and the YSRCP have publicly said they will not be backing the government on any legislation, unlike the last government's tenure when they were backing the government on many contentious legislations. Also, the BJP is in a minority in the Rajya Sabha. What its allies will do, the JDU, the LJP, the TDP, is also a $1 million question, but the government seems very determined to go ahead with the Waqf Amendment Bill.